Hey friends, welcome to part 7. This is how to leverage social media to inspire and to build trust. This is an important thing. I love Facebook for my purposes. I've used Facebook for a long time, took a little hiatus. Now I use it, especially since 2020. I make new friends through Facebook, through this technique that we've been discussing all throughout this series of videos. For me, Facebook is the best. It doesn't mean that you can't use Instagram or TikTok or whatever your thing is, but the people that I relate to best, most of those people are on Facebook anyway. So I'm talking about it in vague terms, in terms of social media. In my mind, what's going on is Facebook. But it applies to whatever. So let me start by talking about the biggest mistakes people make when they're using social media. Number one, don't hide the business that you are affiliated with. That's just going to cause confusion. So put it out there, but don't bombard people. I don't mean to slam the insurance industry, but I got a lot of friends in insurance that every single post, 3 or 4 of them a day, every single day, and there's nothing personal there. It's all join my team. You need to insure your home or your life or your health or whatever it is. It's too much. And it turns people off and it turns people away and they don't even look at it. That's what happens when you overwhelm them with that kind of stuff. So we're not going to do that. Second biggest mistake that I want to talk about is the posts that you put out there. You don't want them all about you in terms of this is my opinion about this and this is what I think of that and this is what I want when it comes to the third thing. I'm sorry about that. That's what happens when I make videos in the middle of the day. So, you do want to talk about yourself. I'll elaborate on that a little bit in just a minute. But you want to not come across as super opinionated. That's not going to do anybody any good. All right? So let me give you a quick pro tip. Go easy on the corporate posts. Make it more personal to build trust. So let me give you 3 laws for posting on social media. Laws. You like that one? 1. Post every day. Why? You're going to be top of mind. You're going to show up on people's feeds if you're posting something every day. Not 15 a day, 1 a day is completely adequate. But do post every day. That way when you message them, they're much more likely to be receptive or responsive. They will already have a glimpse into your life. They'll know who you are. They know who you are based on your social media presence. So that's a big reason why it's so important that you want to portray who you are, not what your opinion is about something, because people get weird when it comes to differing opinions, but your day-to-day life. What are you doing when you're not sitting at your computer? Okay, number 2, all posts should lift your audience. What do I mean by that? I'm going to give you an acronym. HIRE, H-I-R-E. It stands for Help, Inspiration, Relationship, Education, H-I-R-E. Let me tell you a little bit about each, okay? Help. You know those intake hoses on your toilets where the water comes in from the pipe and fills up the tank on the back of your toilet? Clean water. If you've ever had one of those explode, and I haven't, thank God I was home when it happened because it's flailing all over the place and the water goes everywhere. They're really easy to change out. They're very inexpensive at every hardware store. They're like, I don't know, $5 or something, 10 at the most. Every 10 years, change them. You can write something about it. You can do a video. The point of the matter is it's just a little tidbit of information that we're not thinking about the intake hoses on our toilets every single day. And it may be very old, and it may be prone to explode on you, and it can cause real havoc. Trust me on this, especially if you're not home. It's bad enough when you are. So you put out a post and, it's just like a public service announcement. It's helpful. So that's the H for help, all right? I for inspiration. This is a nice thing. Kids and pets, they get the most likes, statistically speaking. Something about your kids. I love to put up posts about my kids, either about them directly or something that I did for them. I just did a post last night about these LED lights that I put in the girls' bathroom. Stupidest thing in the world, I thought, and by the time they were up, and it was super easy to put them up too. It's actually really cool. So I took a picture of it and I talked about it and joked around about it a little. You know, in these videos I don't joke very much, but my nature is to, I think I've got this great sense of humor, and so I kid around all the time. I probably don't have a great sense of humor. I don't know, jury's still out on that. But I like to kid around, and so other posts that I do having nothing to do with this is something that's comical. It is actually going to tie in a little bit, but here we're talking about inspiration, something uplifting for people about your pets, about your kids, about something that's going on. Maybe you're doing some type of community service. Anything like that falls under the I in higher. It's inspiration. So R, relationship. This is going to be a peek into a different aspect of your life. Maybe some success, some type of win that you've had recently that you can post about. Okay? It's up to you what you do there. And then E is for education, sharing something. All right, it's a little bit different than the H, the help, but it's what you've learned so far. It shouldn't be really related to your business in this case, but it could be somehow related, like the intake hose example. I learned that it's super easy to take those things on and off, or I just learned how to change a tire or whatever it is. My opinion, if you don't know how to change a tire, you shouldn't be driving, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so that was all rule number 2, is the higher concept. Number 3, follow the rule of 411. What is 411? The 4 is these posts, the higher posts. Then 1, the first of the 2 ones, is going to be a soft offer, I'll call it. It's going to be something about your business. Now remember, you're not bombarding them. You just did 4 personal or unrelated to your business type posts. And now something to do with your business, and you just follow it up with, if you want more information, reach out to me or PM me or whatever. Okay? And then the second one, 411, so the second one, the third digit, that's going to be a much more direct type of offer. What do I mean by that? 30% off if you order before Tuesday, that kind of thing. It's a very direct offer. Like, here's what the deal is, and here's why it's a good deal to jump on it right now. Okay? When you follow that 411, you're not going to annoy people. And let me caution you about one thing. Whatever business you're in, they may and probably do have some social media guidelines, with some companies being much stricter than others. I'm with a company that has some very, very tight social media guidelines. Make sure that you're not violating any social media guidelines. Don't get yourself into trouble. Okay, so that was the third point. Pro tip that I want to give you: let's say that you're struggling to come up with content. You just are having a hard time. I mean, if you're doing this every day, sooner or later the well's going to run dry, and you just feel like, I don't have any inspiration. Get out there and look for something. There's an old saying that when you steal from one source, that's called plagiarism, but when you steal from multiple sources, it's called research. Well, in one sense, you should do research, but on the other hand, we have this beautiful concept called a share. So if you see a video, you can just share the video, and that's not plagiarism. And they're properly credited and all that. So you can definitely share a video. You can share a meme. I was talking about the funny stuff before. You can share something that you think is funny. Better to do helpful. Don't get too funny. You're not a comedian. But you do want to put a smile on people's faces one way or another. So these are the ways that you come up with more material. Remember, kids and pets get lots and lots of likes and comments. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope that you have a great day.